That's your mom's good one. She's got to open that one still. Junior. Little Yoon has had his Red Bull and he is ready to get started, but not before a good old-fashioned spin. Are you ready to spin, little Yoon? Too much floor down. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? And we're spinning. Spinning, now we stop. Woohoo! How dizzy are you? See how dizzy you are. Whoa! Lillian, careful! I'm going to do this a little bit differently today. We're going to bring all of our flooring into the room. I'm going to set up my saw in here too. I know what you're thinking, Jake, that's an awful idea. Dust is going to go everywhere. But don't worry, as usual, I have a plan. Oh my gosh! This might be one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Please allow me to start this first row, and then I will show y'all our fancy-dancy saw setup. And I know you see the saw sitting right there, but don't worry, there's way more detail than just a saw sitting on a table. I'll show you here shortly. All right, y'all, here's our saw setup we got going on here. We have it sitting up on Junior's little table. And usually, whenever you cut something with the saw, all of the sawdust blows out of this hole. I'll kind of show you now. Okay, well, there was nothing left in there. Okay, so nothing flew out of the hole. What you're saying, Jake, dust is going to go everywhere. This flooring sawdust is just going to be covered in this room, and you're giving Honey a lot to clean up as soon as you're done. No, y'all, check this out. We could put a dust bag on here, but it just fills up too quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this window. I'm going to grab this little extension pipe, and I'm going to aim it right outside this window. And hopefully whenever we cut, all of our sawdust will just fly straight out there. Probably not going to work the way I'm imagining, but I hope it does. Our first cut, Honey, I'm hoping that it flies out of the dust pipe. That's what we're going to call it, the dust pipe. Here we go, line it up. Perfect. There we go. Did it go on the dust pipe?
No, I don't think anything happened. I don't think so.
It splattered all over the wall over here, but... So before I got in here and started working on this stuff, you know, I'm trying to get everything set up. So I asked Honey, you got a marker? She says, yeah, I got one for you. And this is what she gives me. She gives me brown, y'all. And so I said, Honey, what is this? She said, well, I don't use that one. I don't use that one very often. And so this is what a brown marker on brown flooring. What could go wrong, little Yoon? And it's going to fit like a glove, y'all, like a glove. Okay, this piece is very important because we're coming to our doorway And if it just comes across like this, after we put our trim and everything, you see we're gonna have a big gap right here in this spot right here. So we don't want that, so we have to project this wall shape onto this board so it'll hug the wall. So it's not super hard, but it's also not super easy. The first thing we're gonna do is mark the width where this wall starts and the width where that wall starts, okay? Now, very simply, we're gonna put this back here to where we want it to end up ultimately in the back. We're going to take this piece and we're going to project the wall width across here, straight in line with this line. And then we're going to project Junior to stop screaming any moment. And then we're going to project this wall over to here. And then this line's going to go straight back that way. So the part we have to cut is this. You see the odd shape?
Uh-huh.
That's what we got to cut out. All right, y'all, let's see how well we cut this, if we cut it well at all. So we need this side to line up with that hole. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on, y'all. What I gotta do, because you see it won't lock all the way into this gap right here. What I have to do, you see this is kind of cut at an angle. That's not exactly straight. So let me just knock off this one little corner and then it'll fit perfectly, but I'll say job well done there. All right, y'all, we have knocked the corner off there. And so now it should, there we go. You see how it goes in? And it's gonna lock. Now let me give this a little tappy. There we go. All the way locked in, fits nice and tight, follows the exact contour of the wall. That's how you do it right there. Right, little Yin, that's how you do it, little Yin. We're making a whole lot of progress in here, y'all. This is all we have left, just this little strip. But I'll show you, we have a problem. When we go to shut the door, you know, they have that flat, like peel and stick tile in here. And so nothing really had any height to it. But now with this padding and the floor, you see we're good. And right here, we're hitting. And then if we try to continue, I believe we will lock ourselves inside this room. And I'm not trying to lock ourselves inside this room. What we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the door. We will take it right off the hinges. We'll take it outside and we'll trim, I don't know, an 1/8 of an inch off the bottom of this door. And that'll give us plenty of room to work, y'all. Alrighty, that should be all the screws. Now we can take our door outside and cut it. For right now, let's just finish this floor. We'll cut it after. He's finally awake. It's a whole new room to you, ain't it? Completely different. Well, is that an approval of my work, or I just need to tear it out and redo it? Okay, he's disgusted. He can't even stand up straight looking at it. It looks so bad. We are on our last little sliver of wall. And so we're going to rip all these boards. It looks like 2 inches is going to be the magic number. And it's going to fit tight, y'all. Let's do this. All right, now's the moment of truth. The first one I feel like was easy, but as we go down the wall, it's going to get tighter and tighter. Okay. Let's do this. And this is where this little tool comes in handy. You don't really need it until the very, very end. Like that. Put that down. Okay, and now we're going to get this in. That's snapped in there. And now we just need to put it down like that.
Awesome.
There we go. Hold on, one more little click. There we go.
Awesome.
And then our trim will cover the little gap. All right, push it out the window. Out the window with all the other stuff. Push it. Woohoo! Good job, Lil Yoon. Yeah, that's your mom's good package. That's your mom's good one. She's got to open that one still. Junior. Okay, you finish this up. I'll go find a broom. Poor little Yoon. Is that what giving you some trouble, son? Oh, here, I'll help you. I'll help you. Come on, get it up here. I'll help you get it out. Woohoo! Here we go, 1/4 of an inch, freehand. Let's do this. Is that enough?
I think so.
I think so. Can the whole door come out? Yeah, right there, right there. Yeah, you got it right there. This screw will help pull it over where it needs to go. Okay, I'll put in one bottom screw and then we'll test it before we put them all in there. All right, y'all, the mother-in-law suite is finished. Now, yes, there is some sweeping to do in here and some clean. Yes, little Yoon, there's cleaning and sweeping to do in here, but little Yoon loves it. He's gonna play in here for a moment, very supervised, because there's no telling what he could get into. But y'all, I will say this. I would hate to be the very first renters of this room, because they're gonna have to incur all of the renovation costs, the newly renovation costs, the fresh look cost, all kind of stuff. But I'm not above having somebody do some work instead of, paying a monetary price. Maybe they can do some work. So Lissa's dad makes me shovel off the porch of all the snow. So maybe we can trade off. I know a barn is getting pretty poopy right about now, and maybe he can come out and shovel it for us. Anyway, that's all for this one. Bye, guys. Have a great day.